Today I want to talk about what the mid-game for Wuthering Waves looks like. If this isn't your first rodeo and you've played other open-world gacha games before, you probably have a pretty solid idea of what I'll be talking about in this video. But for those of you who don't, or those of you who don't even know what the game is and are bored, welcome. Kick back, relax, grab some popcorn, whatever, and let's get into it. So let's define what exactly the mid game is. If your databank level is anywhere between 15 and 18, congratulations, you've made it to the mid game. This is a stage in the game where the player, for the very first time, gets access to endgame materials, aka 5-star echoes. As I've mentioned in my previous videos, which, by the way, you should probably watch, you should build your DPS characters first, because they are going to carry you through the entire mid-game and into the late game, where you can worry about getting stuff for your sub-DPSs and supports. If your DPS excels at doing elemental damage, then you should probably farm an elemental based set for them. Now if you come over to the databank menu, go down to the third tab, you'll be able to see all of the sets that are available as of 1.0 version of the game, and if you click on each of them, you'll be able to see which monsters have a chance of dropping an echo belonging to that set. Now unfortunately, the way things are, the way the monsters and the ecosystem was designed, there are monsters that have a chance of dropping two different echo sets. Take for example, the violet feathered bird. You would think because it's an electric bird, it would only drop stuff for the Void Thunder set. That's your first mistake, because it can also drop for the Molten Rift set. Don't ask me why this electric bird has a chance of dropping a fire set echo, but it does. So that's just something to keep in mind. Now this feature is probably one of the most important ones in the entire game, because it's going to facilitate your echo grind. Now this trick I have mentioned in my previous videos, so I don't know, maybe you should go watch them. Now let's see, as an example, we wanted to track down this traffic illuminator. You would just click on its icon, click detect, boom, there you go. You will now have it pinned on your map. Once you defeat this one, it'll keep showing you new areas for this same target until you run out of it. Once you do, you'll have to wait for them to reset, and it'll look something like this. Detection target not found. This bird sucks, by the way. Now for basically any character in the current version of the game, the ideal setup for your echoes goes like this. You've got 1 4 costing echoes, 2 3 costing, and 2 1 costing. You got 1 4, 2 3s, 2 1s. Got that? Alright, cool. Now, as soon as you're done with the main scenario quest line, you're gonna want to squeeze as many resources out of this game as you possibly can. My advice, as soon as you hit Union level 30, go for 35, because the databank is going to receive a massive upgrade that'll allow you to farm echoes a lot more efficiently and waste a lot less of your time trying to get those echoes for your team. I probably mentioned this in a previous video, just so you know. Taking a look at level 15, you get a 30% chance for an echo drop to be a 5-star echo. Once you go up to level 17, it goes up by 20%, so it'll be a 50-50. And once you go to 19 is where things start getting a little crazy, because you'll have an 80% chance for that dropped echo to be a 5-star echo instead of a 4-star. Unfortunately, that's how it's gonna be for the rest of Endgame, unless Kuro Games comes out with more databank levels, which I kind of doubt for the near future. 80% is the best chance you're gonna get for a dropped echo to be a 5-star, and you definitely want to use this to your advantage. Now, I'm not saying don't grind echoes until you're level 19 in your databank, but just be aware that this should be your ultimate goal as far as a databank level goes. So, I've been playing this game for quite a bit. I probably have a little over 100 hours in it, and this is, realistically speaking, how... And you can use my account as the realistic baseline for how people at this Union level should look like. This is as much as I could explore without having become a chore. I think exploration is still pretty fun, and I'm still down to do it, but I don't even have 100% on any of the areas. I attempted the Tower of Adversity once, on like my second or third day after the game came out, so I only have a score of 6 out of 12. I spent a lot of time doing this event because you can get quote-unquote malleable echoes via this store right here. And what that means is, once you purchase this malleable echo, you'll be able to choose what Sonata set it's going to belong to, and depending on what set it belongs to, it's going to give you the according elemental damage boost main stat. So there are going to be 3 costing echoes. There's 2 of them that you can buy, and those are the ones I have on my Colcharo, at least one of them. This bird I got from this event. Pretty bad substats, but alas, it'll do for now. And then this one I actually grinded for myself, so let me show you the other one I got from this event is this one. But as you can see, very mid stats. I was not happy at all with that, so I decided to grind for another one, and luckily this one's a little bit better. I'll have to switch that bird up though. Definitely recommend that you do this event. You don't even have to have your characters built up or anything, but as soon as you have access to this event, you should do it. Absolutely, 100% you should do this, because you get granted trial characters. Now, trial characters are available up until the 4th difficulty. Once you get into the 5th difficulty, level 70 enemies, you're no longer going to have access to any trial characters. So you'll have to use any of these characters that you own that are hopefully a high enough level. If you can't do this right now, that's totally fine. I mean, there's still 29 entire days left, but you can definitely get some good stuff out of this store for literally just trying on trial characters for every difficulty. Also, there's anomaly investigations, which give you astrate. So there's a bunch of challenges here that you can do. If you can't do them right now, no biggie. You can always try again later. Again, you have a lot of time. Thought evolution. Since this is a roguelike, there are some stats that you can boost. Attack, health, you can reroll on perks they give you inside of the mode. And even besides those 2 malleable echoes, you still have a bunch of valuable resources here that you can buy. So it's definitely something that you should not overlook. I gave you a little sneak preview earlier, but these are the echoes I have on my Colcharo. Literally for every other character I pressed auto-equip, so don't give me that disgusted look. Listen, I know this guy has the 2-piece thunder set, okay? I know. The game gives it to him because they're like level 25, okay? Hey, if the game gave it to him, I trust the game, because at the end of the day, the game knows more of itself than I do. This is an overview of the amount of 5-star echoes I've managed to get over the past like couple of days. It may seem like I have a lot, but most of them are super bad and I probably won't ever use. So don't feel too bad about that. I leveled up some talents up, namely for my Colcharo. I don't recommend you do this right now, because the more you level up your world up, you'll be able to get better and better rewards for this. It just doesn't make sense that you're wasting 40 wave plates for this or that amount of resources when you could literally get double, triple, or even more than that worth of resources if your level is high enough. Obviously, it's up to you how long you want to wait before you dedicate your wave plates to this. But if you have Arena, I definitely, absolutely, 100%, 110% in fact, recommend that you get this talent right here, because this single talent more than doubles Verena's total value on the team. This piece of advice still stays true even to this point in the game. You should almost exclusively be dedicating your wave plates to bosses, because getting your characters up to that next level, that next ascension rank, is the fastest way to get stronger until you reach the maximum, which is still a ways away. Anyways, that's really all I wanted to say. See ya.